football. One thing I'm a GD about this game is that every time there's just going to be a transition.
Okay.
Now international football no yeah dancing club football no because club football there and then yeah space any trophy back home some people coach no masake no. National team football say oh a couple no na obe use no.
Yeah.
Say player for be antimi afifia but untimi ko to obi player and family mission but club football there what you are turning no akofo wi aba. Italy are really struggling to transition to where they belong to.
Okay.
But where do they belong to in terms of football? Are we a part of Uruguay? Are we a part of France, Portugal, Spain, Argentina, Brazil squad? No, Italy. Talking about the forefathers of the World Cup. Gigi Donnarumma had a very good season with PSG. But the core Italy now, we shall game the course now. And you man koya farmers are no way no. We can talk about some of the young guys who gave them to see among a war Italy national team. But at the apex of the game, somebody like Giorgio Scavini, Bastoni, Akomia Miki, no stories bebre after the Champions League success for Inter Milan. But these two central defenders are not ready to move the ship for the Nerazzurris. Everything Italy biano about very tough. The Amamu say.
Yeah.
Couple. Even talking about the midfielder, Italy no. Currently, we don't see those guys anymore. So after a game, no, Gigi Donnarumma said 3 goals to the end, but Omoko blame no. So then I consider the cheapest of goals.
Yeah.
No way for Ashomo. And Ewo Oslo no. Omokasapa. Team no start make comments as if say and yet the Italian national team now you're full of stronger mentality. You know Mbappe share how much almost starting from their national anthem. Obama say na ti how much one team now. Then you know say Mbappe face a very strong team. But where have they gone to? And they are born nations league semi-final. They are not where to be found. And check 2021 no more top game no more Bobio. I'm gonna Gavin Spain for no It was a top level game. But I feel say the BBC in a year Juventus no FAD off no the same thing as I can Italy national team no. I almost so struggle so much. But my key problem is say Tambeni be home, especially looking at the fastest paying for on crown crab bray and I'm do more successes.
Yeah.
This is it. Only as someone come here now.
Yeah.
Zappacosta. I mean, top level country like Italy, you move him on, scar somebody and then fill the gap. Lamine Yamal country for under 17, 18, under 20. But Spain for now, you pushy Pablo Torre, most of them U21. No? If your potential is huge, on me push you the question national team. Look at the central defensive partnership from the ball now. No Spain for no. Lee Norman, and of course Dean Hassan. Paul Kubasi cry no man starting no. But these guys are all young guys about game them. So Italy for can come home. Couple Omoke come home because Spain, France. Look at France squad more paradise say. But on the other side, Argentina for a very beautiful thing. One coach I only deal with game Lionel Scaloni for Argentina. After Sawa Joe World Cup no. No my dream say Giacchini Pep Guardiola ne Luis Enrique mon come I bet me de Scaloni about ka home. But still, the dino from
all national team now so can
it could be part because national team na take
national tournament be a national assignment my NT all like club na the bia no.
Two, especially South America, not many people follow that game to that end. Just a bit I don't want to feel better and abandon and saying amount for. But Scaloni is doing a very good job with Argentina. Look, in the World Cup 2022 against the Netherlands, against Mexico, against Croatia, against France in the final, no, now a ball with a very, very open 4-3-3. And that with TVC. Now line up when I shall left back when the back somebody actually when him hoenche. Tagliafico the ball. Right back in your Molina. When a man assist, a Messi man assist against the Netherlands and our ball Sabon to back in central defense and Otamendi and now Romero, Cristiano Romero. Couple fasters at Otamendi or Beba.
Okay.
Oh, bon, if you want to take a typical free man me phone and a McAllister of Liverpool. Enzo Fernandez and a body general on Rodrigo Di Polici. Oh, bon, impa, no better kuku damn no. And on that young guy, no, Julian Alvarez, Messi, Di Maria. But the name come on a year, Dino, couple. Look at this lineup of Modibodia Chile. Quality transition. Now, Osha, I'm a back line, no. Martinez in a ball work up, no. Otamendi is out. And Baledi, we were bought Olympic Marseille for 5 successive seasons. Minimum of game load our bought per season is 17. Valued 19.9 million euros on the transfer market. And one movie Otamendi no de Baledi we say about Beshaho, Aka Cristian Romero, Tagliafico, and then Molina at the same positions. But midfield na unya Enzo no. Enzo retire. Enzo nyini enye age, nye pra, nye whatever the betting me in a free lineup room. But by virtue of transitions into the coach ni Juma for no try the initial let's come no more Rodrigo de Paul Palacios a ball quality football for Diego Simeone. And offer 2 no the Ababa show. And Oma Enzo resty. Now Di Maria position and the Thiago Almada, one of the biggest prospects in South American football.
Yes, transition here, Juma.
Perfect. What baby and common economy. Di Maria hono de Thiago Almada ba show. You saw Thiago in the club football Europe who na no ye. And then the other side now. Who Diego Simeone bano. Guilherme Simeone on the board the other side one. And in the final third, one of the best 3 center forwards in the game currently, Kylian Mbappe on the top no. 4-2-3-1 convertible 4-3-3. Now play your conversion here Jumana and Nico pass. So this is the team. McAllister position and a Nico pass ebono. Now this coach is working marvelously. And nothing I'm trying to Italian national team now. Let me someone say, "Don't crafui."
No more nim cranny be on me major bomb it.
Semna and Wabusano.
As I'm crafui nearby, do baby a normal in crab community be a befriend. But already said the Argentina lineup na tour now. Yes, he with Di Maria be free away beba. Nico pass mobile be rem near the Bargent Italian national team. You is as a mono jasu ya Sambo squad near Vanja resource.
Players are matured.
Yes.
My boy gave me quachi. Nyafina be more time. But Argentina are doing a massive job under Scaloni. And transition we know. Look, players now walk from midfield to the number 9. A couple of them will be 5 years. They can age on. You still see them in the top level. Rodrigo de Paul, Palacios, Nico Pass, Guilherme Simeone, Thiago Almada, Julian Alvarez. For 5 years, could be age on. You still see them in the top level of the game. This is proper transition. When you know, we see 2 players walk up winning squad. Ube you best midfielders in the game. ABL got 20. I still about with the money lineup we say. Enzo Fernandez about 20 midfielders are money. McAllister about 20 money. Yet they are not here. So
Argentina after winning the World Cup almost a baby power.
Omo ya juma na shego keeper na odem no onya na dwen so okone and quickly man move Otamendi free Cristian Romero che ho no mo de Baledi aba be ho smooth transition. The next job Tagliafico left back position ho on be po bi na ba be ho. This is Argentina. Copa America next edition no Argentina will come very thick and fast. Victor Osimhen na amanfo busa ade kura no Osimhen obi en Manchester United be strike is so apparent. And so evidential say clubs like Chelsea, Manchester United epen number 9 for even Barcelona epen number 9. But I don't know Victor Osimhen will be epen. Me am te hese here. Me 3 strikers in the game currently. Me bo Haaland baako. Me bo Osimhen mienu na me bo Julian Alvarez atoso me ensa. But that didn't know Bianco Osimhen. It's not an issue of racism. There be. Country back where we racism or dimu tintima we are so kwa G trophy ho in the last 30 years the amomo aje couple canon area so nye issue of racism no be mpeno. But ma dwene ya kwa kire me se e to be so ya no bi mo hwehwe se se ehu de nti obi empo Osimhen o suba bi o kira coach se mpe o dress room na sa kwa no nye o bad boy na. It's so similar a bad boy or kasa. Also place it bit sa. Do baby and so na just say oh no. But Osimhen onya bad boy. Couple of football produce bad boys. Osimhen whatever he is, onya bad boy. And I am not sure that is the reason till Osimhen move here.
So the problem here.
Oh, a bad boy, I can a bad boy see Diego Costa ni Pepe, ne Suarez and Balotelli, Maradona, Joey Barton, Paulo Di Canio. These boys are bad. When I crop from catcher and coach is the first half, but I could touch around Jot Kakras and the second half. You're a bad boy, on your bad boy.
Okay.
So men call cry. Oh no, on your bad boy. Even Nigeria crying, you bad boys are. You hope it or sassy or the ring move. No, we're there. On count. No. But my whole picture regarding the move now want to me be a sick kind of person original. Is 30 be on fancy catcher say Sikano. Look, in terms of football administration, there are 3 clubs and they are the standard.
Okay.
Bayern, Madrid, Barcelona. In terms of football administration, these clubs in a couple a better dance at this point. Ombetimi aka say omoma Victor Osimhen sika we oba be leader of their structural budget and I say omo salary structure and oba be inflate no. Okay, oba Madrid oba ba Giache Kylian Mbappe. Is that feasible? Oba Barca say ya. Do you think Barca be ma Victor Osimhen that sika no so on fama say ma salary structure no so. All these 3 clubs are a butcher no clubs are omumimia. Bayern had to wait for Jonathan Tah so be go free.
Yeah.
No mako tia 800,000 Ediama Leverkusen for no mako timi ko use no or club world cup. So clubs we me ensa de omo bo omo bra no amana show say sikani bi ni ho but omo nim je o game no omo bako so build a very solid teams. Enti Madrid be twen Mbappe so be free no aba. Barcelona be twen Lewandowski say mo be go no aba. This has been it. But clubs like Manchester United, Shadrack wo mo salary structure na on fan to se na hwade. You have Bruno consistent in performance in terms of profile and statuses. Bruno is a key figure for Manchester United. And on one crab team. This is the active salary roster for Manchester United. Now, Osha player or that top is here, Casemiro. No about Bruno, no about Marcus Rashford or Oko. Now Messi Mount or Oko, Jadon Sancho. This is it. They've made problems for themselves. Amash Sancho ko Messi Mount Munisi can person mu twetwe because Casemiro mu dia no. What's one stand for Osimhen na to top will be. No for 30 more Osimhen. Now the man we other players no be your day. Couple. Who this is getting nyam Osimhen na. Osimhen onya midfielder o, onya defender.
Obi na be piama no.
Obi na be piama no.
Yeah.
Na or distracted obi no be piama because ono so be demand say na sabi na me piama no sana ntokwa tie and big clubs in Europe no musika samo e bi Asteris there da ho no mu nyina ni dwane from Victor Osimhen and it is why halal for no
just a honor because all the music asem there omuni problem
you understand
by Europe ne there then
just or no adjusting according to the budget of the big clubs.
Okay,
Lewandowski before Beba Barca no ote so anasa wante so Sergio Busquets at some point they wanted to adjust to the budget of the club. Jordi Alba so Osimhen if he wants to remain at the top level
this is
I'm telling you just what
because our European clubs in normal salary structure said the work no
bra
enya de so mo do be shema be create problem ama club nti no adjust ya be hard so now no movie for money there just say hela no any Saudi no mo they are ready to pay nti na there ba nya ni suba nti
oh no how they no the suba no it's match
of course
yeah so we move on that me share my next story no France with Ousmane Dembele and Mbappe bebre pa
okay
France with Mbappe, Ousmane Dembele, currently France bebre pa.
DNT.
Oh, it's a couple. Me de oko chika krabia. Me de started 2016 Euros final no. France boy you know. They've gone through series of transitions.
Yeah.
Na Ousmane Dembele Mbappe you know munim. From 2016 no, I love Serka Shad ebe my lineup on na kwa shemu.
Okay.
At some point, you know, Giroud was the main attacker, but Griezmann was the key member or the face of that France squad. No, now Muka Krabia and Mbappe Babe Uremuan obey the leader during the 2018 World Cup.
Yeah.
Now, make us a leader, couple. It told me you who captain be. On a chichre armband.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, so you're a leader or dressing room.
Okay.
There's another big boy be Okasawa. There are certain players in the dressing room, and you're going to check armband no, but only leaders. Yes.
Yeah.
Now Ousmane Dembele Nyina drew a leveler for club and country. He has to be the leader. Ousmane Dembele, but be the game that drew you know, the age, the experience, the trajectory of his growth, and all of that. What Babe do stage bia?
As only leady.
As a son on a leady. Why should Mbappe so do no? Mbappe de were leading that than whatever. Na club football no na omo ne pressure utumi nye leader utumi but national team ne there. Mbappe had already been chosen as the leader of Le Bleu from 2018 World Cup neba. But club football ne there. Also Trinity Cavani nie. Achina name appear also agene ho amasi so mini. The club football no. Na won twema no. But national team ne there. Mbappe had been accepted. I mean, how the Argentina for not from Croatia for 2018. Naturally there in the national team. But Ousmane Dembele P. Now, France have only projected Dembele to win the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah.
But you can't win Ballon d'Or with a club football.
So the national team.
So the national team no so. So the national team no so. And then the Kumo Salah Ballon d'Or no ya na man for Shahono no. Or boy no so yina Kuma na hrawa yina de Liverpool. Or ba bedru Egypt ya. Na ye bi Ousmane Dembele has to be the leader for club and country. How would that work out with the presence and the growth and the existence of Kylian Mbappe? How would that work out?
Say he can do his best without the armband. And
armband no cry. But in the final third, okay. Vinicius problem no Mbappe nyano. Mbappe ni Dembele nya bi of France say I feel no dey sorry. Vinicius was already the leader there. And Mbappe koto no mumi no a limelight no. And as bibia ba be favor Mbappe say.
Okay.
Couple our France national team no. I feel the Dembele who say I can be the leader. I can be the leader. Mamen Kawade bi Russia 2018. Ousmane Dembele started the first game for France. Okay. Na ankoye obon with Mbappe. I me pe line up no. Shadrack nya ho adwuma no fama me. First game for France, our Russia 2018, Dembele and then Mbappe started together. But the second game, no kono. Let's also sacrifice Ousmane Dembele. Sa problem na sa be draw bio. Na sa time na Dembele chain or brand ho asiji to mu. But 2018 to 2025, national team no. When Mbappe the best force so papa. Now the problem is, now this is a lineup.
Yeah.
What's Mbappe da?
Yeah.
And
Dembele da.
Where your first lineup on the ball Russia 2018. Opa check if free sabre call says Ousmane Dembele baby wa. From the starting spot, you found a conflict of profiles. Conflict of profiles. Yes, because Dybala no ban so bas number 10, but never see the kind. Dybala by a day. You continue to be a French player for Argentina, even though Oba AS Roma, you're a top player.
Yeah.
This is football. This is football. There can never be two leaders on the field. One will have to sacrifice for somebody. And in the final third, Obi o share game no be for France and Spain who say Ousmane Dembele who game no so. Everybody saw it, but me try adwena koso say that problem no nye issue. Going forward, you know, I feel a man for say Marija attack can win to me. Dembele Mbappe benya issue. Now from this team never no. Hana na me catch no. One say Mbappe wom.
Yeah.
Bless my shooting that the other side hana. And a Giroud that top. But team ya wom our Griezmann, our Kante, our Popo but Mbappe was the killer for this squad.
Yeah.
To say Dembele they were sorry waba. But who sacrifice for the other person?
Me abijina coach no.
Minim so be me bra na obekodia.
Kakra. 1 minute.
I then a man for sympathizing with Angie Postecoglou.
Also a European trophy. Or we need to be something major. Major title.
Now you need come away say. Spurs see almost stadium. And no more cast some committing more fans into the stadium. No? They won a squad. A bit me about an established top 4 club.
Okay.
An established top 4 club. That's okay. Pochettino time. No, not Spurs in your top 6. They battled always for top 4, even with a minimal budget. And what you know, I just say, no, we deserve to be in the top 4 Pochettino because you're a stadium. If you're not ready to work with this minimal budget, you know, they are. If I coach for fraud, never. But the squad near rich, so they were still thinking, say, when you're top coach, wait till the squad never be a BB. Kakra, that squad, no, Lucas Moura, Hurricane, Free Musisoko, Musa Dembele, Munina, Omoko. Then Jose came in at some point. Jose buy, you know, at the Becca 1 week. Ama obako bought the league up no couple eno we Jose di omo yi Jose di no obia can be say oh what dey no we Jose di and at that time no omo pre so many Champions League spot but no more just 5 points away and son Makobo no bought 2-2 with Everton after 2-2 no let us someone who say this guy you're fan of 17 months ago but top phone you
the target no
ultimate match but okwa boli cap we abeje because this guy
so
that's not what we are looking at and you captain sope ye pobi obema ye I strong or top phone I got 5 points no we top phone ontimi wura mu was started kasa about trophy no kojoji we obehaye let's sack him and I'm sacking no Antonio Conte ba mu no or the winners mentality na baye but oba ni hwe bi o ka kire omo about 3-3 with Southampton about 3-3 we are pressure ba so e March 18 2022 obo we are pressure ba so tennis ma kan me na ma foul se bra be adwuma you came in there are difficulties couple either you shut down and you nyina be solve situation no but okobontin ko didi nkomodi then you are not ready quote unquote. I think it's better to go into the problem. Antonio Conte, after so ball 3-3 was Southampton, you know, I think it is better to go into the problem. We are not a team. We are 11 players that go into the pitch. I see selfish players that don't want to help each other and don't put their heart into the game. This season compared to last, now we are worse in this aspect. To the owners, we are players, you know. It is easy in this way without pressure.
Okay.
Tottenham's story is like this: 20 years. The owner, they never won something, but why? The fault is only for the club or every manager that stay here. Antonio Conte na ekasayo. But for contest, Xavi befa Barcelona Jumano. As a club legend, onim problems or no start kasa sikeni ho okay sanse.
Yeah, obey.
One Laporta fa for no say Xavi shut up na you di china. Yan kasa sa. But Luis Enrique Paris no o catch the players and say media mabamu no nyem na me best say bibia ba wo na me na say build the club na culture and sana ya win it now Antonio Conte buy so ba be kasa Ange Postecoglou di say o EPL no so o di say 17th
kaka krevi
17th club was stadium we are bokagu hono mo what's why we the Champions League sport with you na compare obi a wa de wo Champions League a wa je trophy and Thomas Frank when na ka be fa no
wo
but o check adwuma na o maye no fie no for Brentford dia you think say Thomas Frank aye adwuma Brentford because o share the budget o share Brian Remo ne one we samone place e wo Brentford dia akwai so nya budget e so say Brentford wonya club e so say Brentford obetimi adwuma na mi yi Conte di mi yi Jose di mi yi obi oje Europa League di odwen say den level sebe na dwini ho he's looking to establish Spurs as a top 4 fighter.
Okay,
that is it couple
inti wo dey also
mi ni e ho mo bro am fam Ange Postecoglou